Okay, dear students, welcome to this session. In this session, we are going to see lab program number 8. So, problem statement, lab program number 8. Write a PHP program to do the write the PHP programs to do the following. First one is implement simple calculator operation. So, we have to implement a simple calculator operation. Then rest are the matrix operations. Find the transpose of a matrix, multiplication of two matrices, addition of two matrices. So these are the things we are going to see. So it has been divided into two programs. In the first program, we are going to implement the simple calculator operations. In the second program, we are going to do the matrix operation of transpose, addition, and multiplication of two matrices. So this is the first part of the program 8. So this will create a calculator. Okay, before I explain the program, let me show you how it look like. Then you will get a better idea. A local host, program 8 calc. Okay, you have to turn on the XAMPP. Start the Apache. Okay, it is Apache is running. I will reload the page. Okay, this is how it is look like. This is done using the PHP. If you remember the first lab program, we used the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to implement the calculator. That is completely on the client side. That calculator is completely on the client side. This is like a client as well as a server client. We use it for the displaying the page, and the calculation happens on the server side. For example, I will give the value 78, 66, and I will say plus 78 plus 66, 144 is displayed. Then I have one more button here. This will do the minus 78 minus 66. So when I'm clicking on this, these are the submit button. So here we have used the post method. So it will post the particular form. This is the form. It will post it to the server. That is how the calculation is done. So every time I am posting the form, so this is a multiplication and this is division. So this is how it will look like, and we'll see the code now. Okay, first one is like we have the PHP. Okay, this part is the PHP code. You can see the PHP code here. Okay, and then we have the HTML. We have style. Then we have the form. Okay, so inside the form we have how we are giving those inputs and everything. We'll see. So we'll start with the HTML. So this is the HTML, start of the HTML. I hope this is visible to you guys. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me increase little bit so that it is clearly visible. So this is HTML, start of the HTML, end of the HTML. Then inside I have specified the style and style for the input, and what style I'm going to give. Margin left 20 pixel, so I'm giving some 20 pixels of margin. Text align right, so whatever the text you saw the right alignment, right? This is the input 1 2 3. So its position is margin from the left 20 pixels, so as it will give some space, and the alignment, text alignment is right. Text align colon right. So that is the end of the input style. That is the only style I have. Then I have the form. So inside the form, I have the method that I am going to use is the post method. Okay, either get or post. We are using here post method, and action is nothing because it's going to call the same PHP. I have not given any. I'm not calling any other PHP. So no, I did not specify the action. Then it will submit to itself what this particular PHP it will submit to itself. The form will be submitted to the this particular PHP will be called, and it will execute the PHP code. So then I have a H3 and content is calculator. This is a H3 is a head 3, that is a calculator. This is the content. Then I have some content, text content number 1 and colon number 1 colon, and after that I have the input. Okay, so input is same, exactly same what you did earlier. How you did it: input type you will give as a text. The name of this particular input is n1, and value. So value, what I am doing is I am echoing $text1. Okay, this is the PHP code I'm using inside the value. Dollar start of the PHP code, end of the PHP code, and it will echo, it will output the $text1 value in that particular input. So what is the value of $text1? We will see here. Initially $text1 is set with a value of empty, so there is no value here. Similarly $txt2 is set with the initial value of nothing. Dollar res result, that is one more variable that is also set as nothing. Basically nothing will be displayed when the form is loaded for the first time. So that is how you will see when form is loaded for the first time, nothing is displayed here. And after that I have no2 colon number 2 colon. This is just a text. After that I have an input control. Type is text, name is n2, value is I am using the PHP code to display the value $PHP echo $text2. So initially the value is nothing, so nothing will be displayed. Then I'm using the break so that it goes on the next line. Break, again it goes to the next line. On the third line I have result colon. Then I have input control again. Name is res. Okay, so you can specify the text as well. Type is text, name is res, and value I am echoing $res. Initially res is also not having any value, so nothing is displayed, and I have disabled it. So this is the property where basically this is used for the display purpose. Whatever the operations we are doing, plus or minus, whatever the output comes, we are going to display in this particular control. That is why we are using this. So I am keeping this as a disabled. And break. Okay, so that I get a little gap, more gap between these controls and the next buttons. I have 4 input controls of type submit. So submit is a button. What it will do, whenever you click on that, it will submit this form. Whatever the value are there, it's going to submit. First one is type is submit, name sub. If you see, the name is same everywhere, but the values are different. Okay, if they click on the first one, the values that would be sent is plus. Second, if they click on second submit button, minus value will be sent. Third, x will be sent, and fourth, / value will be sent. This is what happens. So this is how it will paint the browser. The browser is painted whenever you load it for the first time. Browser is painted according to this particular form. Once you click on this, when you do this click, it is going to submit all the values, whatever is the value present for the n1, n2, res and sub, it is going to submit it. Okay, how it is going to submit it? We are using the post method. If you are using the post method, we learned about the super globals. What is the super global? The underscore post. The underscore post is the super global. It is a the key value map will be there for each of these key n1. Whatever the value user has entered, that will be sent as a key value pair, and that will be stored in the underscore post super global. Okay, why it is showing here is because it sent this value as a null. Okay, first I will load it. Okay, now I hope you understood. When you click on submit button, all these values are sent to the same PHP code, and the values, how the values will be accessed is using the super global underscore post, which we have already seen in the theory. Okay, so now this is the first part of the PHP code. Now is set. So when this will be set, whenever we have a value. Now underscore post a sub. If this value is set, it will come inside this particular code. So that means what? When you are loading the first time, the page, when you are loading, it is not going to come here. When you click on the any button, plus minus, this represents the sub is nothing but either it will have the value of plus, minus, multiplication or negative. So what I will do is I will give some value 78 and 66. If I click on this, now what will happen? When if I click on that, the code will come here. If is set underscore post sub, when I'm clicking on plus means the value is set as a plus. So when I'm clicking on the first button, the value will be set as a plus, and already for n1 and n2 the value is entered by the user. N1 is 78. How to access that? Underscore post, you will give the key name as n1, which is nothing but the name of that particular control. Then that is $text1. $text2 is equal to underscore post n2 key. That is the next control. This is n2, right? You are going to access them using the underscore post super global. Okay, so those values are passed. Now n2 will be having the value of 66. That 66 is stored in the $text2, and 78 stored in the $text1 variable. Now next, if is numeric $text1 and is numeric $text2. So this will return true if $text1 is numeric, and this will return true when $text2 is a numeric value. If both are numeric, then only it will come inside. If any one of them is non-numeric, it will not come inside. Okay, it will go to the else condition. If either one of them are non-numeric or both are non-numeric, true part will be not executed. True part will be executed only when both are numeric. Okay, let us say one of the value is not numeric. I will make it as say TT, some character I have given. Now n1 value underscore post square bracket key as n1, the value will come as TT. Now if I click on plus, this value will come as a TT. So is numeric, this will be TT, this will be false. If it is false, what it will do? It will come to the else. And what I am doing, $rec, I am setting it as a enter numeric inputs. Enter numeric inputs. That is what you are getting. So how that is displayed? $rec. So first thing is this value will be set as a TT, and this will be a numeric value of 66. So here this condition will fail. Is numeric TT false? False and true, false. It will come here. $res value is set to enter numeric inputs, And if you see, when the page is painted, when this page is painted, we are echoing the value of text1, which is TT, echoing the value of text2, which is 66, and now we are echoing the value of $res. The $res value is set to enter numeric value inputs. That is how you are seeing this particular values in the result. Let us say I will put it as 78. Then I will click. Now, if I put 78, is numeric 78 true? Is numeric 66 true? Then it will come inside. It will come here. Okay. Indent properly. Then dollar operand. So it will check for the dollar operand, whether it is equal to plus. Okay. And where is the dollar operand we got? Dollar operand, this is the variable, is equal to dollar underscore post sub. What is sub? Sub is nothing but these values. So whatever is pressed, that value, that particular character will be stored in the dollar operand. Suppose if I am going to click on the plus button, this will have the value of plus. So plus is equal to plus true, dollar res is equal to dollar text1 plus dollar text2. So 78 plus 66, whatever the value 144, it will execute this part. So if I click here, so it will display 144. If I click on minus, the with the new values, it will call this, it will come here. Now this condition, minus condition, will be true, it will come here. If I press on the multiplication, this condition will be true, it will do the multiplication. If click on the division, this condition will be true. Okay, this condition will be true. And if you see this condition, I am checking dollar operand is forward slash and dollar text to not equal to 0, then only it will do the calculation. Let me put it as a 0 and we will see what happens. I will put this value as 0 and click on. For other things, there is no problem. So for this is divided by 0, right? I will click on this. So infinite value. How we are getting this? So if this dollar text2 not equal to 0, now this condition is false because text2 is 0. It will come to else. When it comes to else, dollar res is equal to infinite value. That is what we are displaying it on the third text input. Okay, dollar rec, it will display as infinite value. That is what you are saying here. And if I give any value, then it will do the calculation. Okay, you can see. So this is how the code works. We made some changes. Let me copy back again this on the, and you remember, right, where we should copy this file? We made changes 1251. We have to copy it on the XAMPP folder. C:\XAMPP htdocs, and I will say Control V and I will save. So let me show it again, load it again. Okay, perfect. Then we'll check all the, I will take simple values so that we can calculate ourselves. 5 and 4, this is 9. 5 minus 4, 1. 5 4s are 20. 5 divided by 4 is 1.25. So let me put this as a 0 and click on division, infinite value. Next is I will give some character here and some character here and click on any of the button. It will say enter numeric inputs. Okay, I will just give the first one as numeric, second one as a non-numeric. Still I'm getting the same error. So I will change this to a numeric. Okay, now it is calculating. So we have tested all the conditions. So that is the first program. The second program is matrix operations. First I will show how it looks like, and then I will explain the program. I'm copying the name of the PHP file, localhost / the name. Oh, not program 9, program 8 underscore matrix dot php. Name again, localhost / Okay, so this is in this particular example, the matrices are taken as is. Some random matrix values are taken, and calculations are done on top of that. The first matrix is like it's 3 by 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the second matrix is also 3 by 3. And if we add these two, this is the transpose of the matrix. The transpose is done for this particular matrix, where a row will become the a column. So this row has become a column here, 1, 2, 3. Second row is second column, third row is third column. This is a transpose. Then addition of the matrix. So 7 plus 1 8, 2 plus 8 10, 3 plus 9 12, and so on. And matrix multiplication. So these, according to the rules, you know, the matrix multiplication, the whatever the matrix we are multiplying, the number of columns of the first matrix should be equal to the number of rows of the second column. Those test conditions should be put, and if it is true, then only we can do the multiplication. Otherwise we cannot do the multiplication of two matrices. Now we will see the code. The first matrice, this is the start of the PHP code, dollar angle bracket, open angle bracket, question mark PHP, and question mark closing angle bracket. This is the end of the. So here we have like all the PHP code included. We are going to use the arrays. Okay, here it gives a whatever the knowledge we have acquired through the PHP arrays, how PHP arrays works. We are going to use that particular knowledge, and we are going to program this particular program. $A, what $A is going to do? It is going to create array. Using the array, we can create the an array, and whatever the values that are inside, those will be the elements of that particular array. In this particular case, we are creating a 3 by 3 array. So I have array. Inside the parenthesis, I have three more arrays, right? Each of the array has the value 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7 8 9. So you know, like, if I want to access this particular element, I have to use the key 0 comma 0, and this would be 0 comma 1 0 comma 2. When this, by default, I told you, whenever you don't specify the key, by default it is going to assign the key as 0 1 2 3. Okay, so we did not specify the any kind of a key here. The first element, this array, is going to be referenced by the key 0. If I say $A of 0, I'm going to reference the first array, and then this is going to be referenced with the key 1, this is going to be referenced with the key 3. So 0, 1, 3. Inside those we have one more array because it's a two-dimensional array. Then I have array by default, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, that is the key. If I want to access this element, I have to give 0 and 0. So if I want to access this element, this is 0, 1. Okay, first you have to give the first key as 1 and second key is 1. Then you are going to access the file. Similarly, $B, this is the second array. $M, count $A, it is going to give us a number of rows. The first array is having $N, count $A of 2. It is going to give us the number of columns of the first array. Similarly, P is number of rows of the second array. $Q is number of columns of the second array. First, I am putting the text echo the first matrix colon, then I am coming to the next line. That is how it is displayed. The first matrix colon, and it will come to the next line. And for displaying the all the values, the content of this, I have to use two keys, right? The $row and a column. So I told you, if I want to print 1, this should be 0 and this should be 0. $A 0 0. That is how we are going to access the first one. So first we will display the array $row is equal to 0, $row less than m. So m is the number of rows. $row plus plus $column, this is another variable 0, $column less than $n. So this is the column. This represents the number of rows of the first array. This represents the number of columns of the first array. And then echo space concatenate, dot is the concatenation, $A, that is the first array. $A, this would be initially 0, 0 and 0. It is going to display 1. After displaying 1, okay, it will go for the next value. Okay, this for this for loop we have only this statement. Okay, this is the statement. So it will display all the values of the row. So for the row 0, it will display 1 2 3, right? It is for the row 0, 1 2 3 will be displayed, and then it will go for the next value. When it is going for the next value, it will come here, it will give a line break. So the after printing 3, it is going to come here, and after that row value would be 1. Then for column 0, now what happens, row would be 1 and this will go from 0 1 2. So this is 1, this is 1, and this would be initially 0 4. It will display the 4, then 5 and 6 and so on. This is how this particular code is used to display the first matrix. This particular code is used to display the second matrix. The second matrix, and we are displaying all the values. And transpose. So transpose of the matrix for row is equal to, so for transpose, we use the row as columns, columns as rows. That is how we get the transposition. You can see $row, this is for the row, this is for the column, echo column and row. So column and row values we are displaying. That is how you get the transpose. The transpose of the matrix, and transposed values you will get. That is the transpose. And next one is addition. Addition of the matrix, we have to make sure number of rows of the first array is equal to number of rows of the second array, and also number of columns of the first array is equal to number of the columns of the second two-dimensional array. If that is true, then we are going to add that. Okay, if this condition is true, in our case it is 3 by 3, right? Both matrices are 3 by 3, so these values are matching. Echo the addition of the matrices, this is different displayed. The addition of the matrices is we are going to go through all the rows and all the columns. Okay, So here you need not specify it as a 3. You can use the value of $m and $n. Okay. Now you can see echo space $a row column plus $b row column. We are just adding the first, initially it is 00. A00 is added with a B00. That is A00 is 1, B00 is 7, 1 plus 7 is 8. So you can see 8. That is how it will go through all the elements of both the arrays, and it will add and it will display. So uh, um, in case of a multiplication, we have to check the condition. The number of columns of the first matrix is equal to number of columns of the first matrix is equal to number of rows of the second matrix. If that is true, then only we can do the multiplication. If this condition is true, we come inside multiplication of matrices. This is the multiplication of matrices, and for the multiplication you already know the logic. In first year C programming, the same logic is implemented here. We go through the both the each of the elements, and we will have one more additional for loop. So this for loop is for the rows, this for loop is for the column, and this for loop is how we are going to multiply is, you know that we are going to multiply this row with this column. So I have to go over the each of these elements, multiply with the respective elements, means 1 into 7 plus 2 into 4 plus 3 into 1. For achieving that, I need to have one more for loop. Okay, and that for loop goes from 0 to the number of columns of the first matrix. So how many columns are there? 3 are there. So I have to add 3 times. And what I am going to add? The result ij is equal to result ij plus, this is plus equals, you have to remember that, uh, is equal to dollar ik into dollar bkj. So this is the same formula we used for the multiplication. Using this, it will, for a particular row, it will add everything, and we will get the final number. So what it is going to do, it will multiply 1 into 7 plus 2 into 4 plus 3 into 1. So whatever the value that will come, that will be taken as the first element, 18. So for every element, it is going to make that calculation. So how, this is the first element. How it will calculate the second element? The same row is multiplied. First, it is multiplied with the first column. Second, it is multiplied with the second column. Third, it is multiplied with the third column. That is how you are going to get this and this value. Okay, we have made a small change. Let me change that. This is okay. Instead of hard coding, we will have dollar $m and dollar $n. Okay, I will save it. Not sure where I have changed. Okay, I have made the change in the htdocs. If I made a change in the htdocs, that is fine. I will load the page again. Okay, we are seeing the changes. Okay, that completes the lab program number 8.